Soups, 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 soups. What are you doing? Are you peeing? Are you peeing? No. Oh, no. No, no, no. That wasn't pee. That was poop. That was a poop. Ah! Oh my gosh. The things that we find out in the Patreon. Don't stick your nose in that. Don't stick your nose in that. Don't stick. Because at the end of the webcast, okay, that I told the people like Zubiri was peeing, he was having urine, he was making water. That obviously wasn't the thing that happened. He pooped. Oh my gosh, the reveal. Okay, that's the appeal of Patreon. That's the appeal of being able to have the paid content, because you get to find the answer, like, was he peeing or was he pooping? Find out on Patreon. Stay tuned. Hello, all you fancy people. We're feeling fancy. It's so fancy. Yeah, it's windy. It's windy, and it's still cold. I know that before I was wearing like a coat, like boots, a scarf. Oh my gosh, princess, holy shit. Oh my gosh. Oh, molasses. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? What are you doing to us? Princess. Woo. No, but yeah, it was, I mean, look, we got wind, cold wind kind of coming out of the north. And it's only slightly warmer. It's only slightly warmer than it was earlier when I was all bundled up. It was fairly chilly earlier this morning when I was like filming, or like early, which was only a few hours ago. It wasn't even this morning when I was filming. It was only, yeah. So it's only, and I went inside to get ready because I and I are going to go out. We're going to go to the Glittering Lights of Dallas. We're going to go out to eat. We're going to stay at a hotel at the convention center where the furry thing is happening tomorrow. Which, by the way, the Furry Fiesta has been amazing. We've raised a ton of money already. They keep on getting bigger. They keep on getting more attendees every year. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's incredibly. Incredibile. Incredibile. So love those wonderful people and their unorthodox hobby. Love them. They've done so much for care. They keep on having us back. Which is, like, Heidi did she did a little bit of sleuthing, some of that Google sleuthing. Come to find out that there are other anthropomorphic conventions across this great land of ours, the United States of America. I believe that at this time, the Dallas Furry Fiesta, the furry convention that we go to, that we get invited to, as the charity, and we've been invited back every single year since their first year in 2008. What the fuck was I gonna say? Shit. Don't you hate that? Don't you hate that? Dude, it'll come back. It'll come back. It's still Dallas. Heidi was finding out after doing some of that Google sleuthing. One, that the Dallas convention, I think, is now like the fourth largest in the country, which is incredible. which is incredible because, again, and I've said this so many times before, we were there at the very beginning. We were there from their humble beginnings, you know? And we got to see them grow into like this big gargantuan force where like thousands upon thousands of people descend into that convention location. In the convention location. Literally thousands. I think like, oh gosh, they were sitting at about, you know, 4,200 as far as like their people estimates were concerned or something. It's amazing. It's amazing. It gets bigger and bigger. I think the biggest one is the one in Chicago where it's like 10,000 people go to that one. But another thing that Heidi found out, and this is like why we are so lucky, because other places don't do it like Furry Fiesta does. They don't. Like most of these places, yes, they have an animal-related charity, an animal-related charitable organization that they raise money for. That's usually what happens. They'll have the convention, and it makes more. It's just a thing that makes sense fiscally. There are tax breaks and tax considerations that these types of conventions, when you hook yourself up with, or hitch your wagon, I guess I could say, to an already existing 501c3. Oh my gosh! Slade Potato! Slade! Hi, handsome! Mr. Tato Head. Mr. Tato... What? He's like, who, me? He's like, yeah, you! Yeah! Mr. Tato! Tato! What's Tato's precious? The convention has his back, but other places don't do that. They'll have an animal-related 501c3, dog shelters, cat shelters, horse rescues, all that fun stuff, but they choose a different one every year. They bring a new organization like into their fold every year. We have been the charity of choice. Every single, they bring us back. Like we come, and I think that it's also like because we have kind of very much so like embraced. We've very much so embraced the fandom. We've opened up the facility like to them with words. As far as like tours and like, you know, special events and appreciation things and dinners and like, and we sound off and beat the drum, and then we're there at the conventions and we try to make good showings of it, and then try to speak at their panels and their events, and we try to, you know, I do silly little videos during either opening or closing ceremonies. Some years I've done videos for both opening and closing ceremonies. Oh boy, oh boy. So it's like we've put ourselves, I don't know, like we've stitched our tribes together, I guess. And yeah, with the amount of love, because we get so much love. We get so much love from different people within that community, and like people that we meet, like people that we see like regularly all the time. And then we love them back. Made very good friends. We've had some people, you know, one of our volunteers, Sean, like he converted. He became a furry himself. Old Sean Barr, yeah. Want to talk about uniting the clans? Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's awesome. It's already like, we were there yesterday, and it was a madhouse. It was yeah, it was crazy. Trying to get things set up and trying to get set up in a new booth space that we haven't been there before, but wasn't that difficult to find. But we had some different kind of things, like new kind of like merchandise racks that we were setting up that were they were so difficult. The learning curve on those things was just stupid. And the amount of people, just people who are coming up and asking about merchandise, asking about Karen, wanting to talk. So it's like you were trying to do things, and it just looked like a smashed up tornado in a tuna can. It was just so crazy. We just had crap everywhere. But people were still just like, hey, what about that? Can I do this shirt? Can I do that? Can I buy that? And it's just like, oh my gosh, let's tell me about the cat. So like we'd be working to try to get things set up, and then people would talk. So it's like we're having to like break, or then like we're tag teaming, because it was me and Hannah and Christy, 2 interns. Like we all went together, and it took almost the entire day, literally almost the entire day, just to set up the booth, just to get the booth set up and looking nice for the rest of the weekend. That's it. We ended up getting into, and it's just, there's a number of circumstances that got us out of here later than I would have liked, but some of those circumstances kind of couldn't have been helped. But anyway, we ended up getting into like the dealer's place, that's where we have our booth set up. We ended up getting there at about 11, which is when the thing opened for the public. And we're loading all this crap in, all of our care crap. And like, opening ceremonies was at noon, which I was a part of. So I had to abandon the girls who had never been, first off, they had never even been exposed to the furry community, let alone like having to run tables and booth at a furry convention. So then it's like, and again, it was in shambles. It wasn't even set up. And I'm like, all right, you're going to just have to set it up to the best of your ability. I'll be back in about like an hour and a half. And then like, what about this? And I'm just like, figure it out, fuckos, bye. They did wonderfully. They did it so admirably. It was stressful. It was stressful for them, but I'm super proud. I'm super proud. And it's like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like that was you didn't tuck tail and run. That took guts, it took character. You guys are awesome. You stuck it out, you're brave, and you learned some different things along the way. And by the end of the day, we were like rolling, and it was like everyone was like doing really good. But that first few hours, man, it was rough. Yeah, it was rough. But yeah, it took us all day to get everything set up. So the dealer's den, or they call it the dealer's dungeon, because everything is Dungeons and Dragons themed this year. So like people in fursuits and also Dungeons and Dragons kind of archetypes. That's what the theme is this year. And hi, hello. Solano's over there eating on his horse head. So the dealer's dungeon closed at 6 o'clock, and we finally got like the booth like fully set up. We got the booth set up at about 5:15. So we finally at like 5:15 were able to just kind of look around and be just like, I think everything's kind of, and we finally, It was like that. Oh, just everyone was just zoned out, just having having a moment. Yeah. Well, we got her done. And I told the girls, like, okay, look, we're not trying to itemize things so much. We're not running hardline metrics and accounting and everything. If we can get this booth set up, and have it fully functional and operational for the Saturday and Sunday cruise, then we will have achieved our mission objective. That's That's all we can hope for. And we did, and they did, and it was awesome, and it was great. I'm super excited. And then I'm sitting there thinking, because Jamie like was leading the Saturday crew. So Jamie just gets to show up, and it's just, everything's already there, everything's already assembled, everything's just like all the shirts and the things, and there's baskets and like a bunch of different kind of, you know, different displays and where you put things and stack things and all that stuff. Yeah, it's all assembled, and like I was just like, we should just knock all this shit over so she can understand a little bit of our pain, so she can understand our day. I told her that too. I was talking to her on the phone because I was giving her the lowdown, like, okay, well, you know, the things are here, and this, you know, the card swipers over here, and you got to do the thing, and I've got pens over here, and I got this stuff, and like, you know, in this drawer, and it's just items whenever you're doing, you know, like public events and booths and merchandise and stuff like that. And yeah, I told her that. I'm like, I should go back there and just ruin everything, so you have to set it all up. And she's like, don't do that. But yeah, it's awesome. So I will say that, and I was talking to some of the people that worked in there's some of the charity, or no, they are the dealer liaisons. They're the people who like go and then set up into to trade in goods and services and merchandise and stuff like that, which is a big part of the, you know, different convention type things. Some people are putting on panels, some people are putting on art shows, some people are doing all sorts of kind of different instructional type things, and then other people are selling stuff. And we are in the place where they're selling stuff. And the liaisons, the charity liaisons, with whom we have been working with these specific people, these specific furries, the charity, like not the commercial liaisons, because there's oh my gosh, there's like the charity liaisons, and then the commercial liaisons, there's a security team, there's all sorts of different kind of people within different teams. It's a whole complex thing. Anyway, we've been working specifically with the people who are part of the commercial team. And one of the guys I was talking to, his name is Siam. Good dude. He was saying, like, man, this place, it's Friday, and Fridays usually they're kind of chill because people maybe aren't able to get out of work because they're a 3-day convention. There's always Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And he's like, it's Friday, but it feels like a Saturday. It feels like wacky like a Saturday. Because Saturday is like always like, that's like the, you know, starter pistol, like, it's like, it's nuts. But he's like, the volume of people and the amount of energy and the amount of stuff and activity that was happening, he's like, this feels like I said. So that's indicative of, again, it keeps on getting bigger in the amount. And if that's any indication that, you know, that'll be the amount of money that was raised. But by the time this thing gets posted, by the time this specific Patreon cast gets posted, that information, like the amount that was going to be raised, it's already going to get, that's going to get posted anyway. That's going to be made public anyway, so I don't know. Hopefully it's a lot, because it's Saturday right now, and we're not going to know until tomorrow. We're not going to know how much was raised for care until tomorrow. But even if it's only $1, like that's raised in total, still, you know, want to give thanks to everyone over at TFF at Furry Fiesta. I mean, literally have raised over $100,000 in the over the course of the past, now it's 11 years. But yeah, it's like, we can't even articulate the amount of awesomeness and thanks that we have for those folks. So, yeah. That's all I got to say about that. Speaking of which, I got to get going and, you know, have my swanky date night over in the glittering city of Dallas with Heidi. And yeah, wish me luck on that one, and I'll talk to you later. All right, bye-bye.